Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Respected scholars, distinguished guests, dear students, on behalf of Ibn Khaldun University and John Templeton Foundation, I would like to welcome you all to our very distinguished workshop that we have today in a very historical place of Salis Madrasa in Sulaimaniya campus of Ibn Khaldun University in a very beautiful morning on Saturday. The workshop is about Islamic thought and its implications for social inquiry and multiplex approach. So I would like to greet you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And those who are watching us live, a very good morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Let's start our day with the remembrance of Allah that hearts do find rest and tranquility. Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. And for that, I would like to invite our brother Nail Qadi to recite few verses from the Holy Quran. فليتفضل مشكورا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله نور السماوات والأرض مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح المصباح في زجاجة الزجاجة كأنها كوكب دري يوقد من شجرة مباركة زيتونة لا شرقية ولا غربية يكاد زيتها يضيء ولو لم تمسسه نار نور على نور يهدي الله لنوره من يشاء ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس والله بكل شيء عليم صدق الله العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين الفاتحة.
Thank you very much, Brother Nail Qadi, for this wonderful recitation. May Allah bless you. And now, I would like to, we will start with our opening ceremony with welcoming addresses. And just to give you like a background for those who are watching us online, that we will have 2 sessions today and tomorrow we'll have another 3 sessions. So please follow the social media or the news about the program today and tomorrow. So without further ado, I would like to start our welcoming addresses with a speech of Professor Rajab Shanturk, who is the Professor of Sociology and Principal Investigator for this workshop. Without further ado, I would like to invite him to address his speech.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good morning. I thank all of you for coming over and participating and honoring us with your presence. In particular, I would like to thank our rector, Professor Attila Arkan, and Dean of School of Humanities and Social Sciences, and distinguished guests coming from America, from France, from Netherlands, and different parts of the world, and my dear guests who are here in person or watching us online. I'm very sorry that we could not allow everyone to come and join in person because of the COVID. We would like to, keep our participants and guests in good health. We don't want any harm for anyone. And I really apologize for those who feel that they are rejected and were not allowed to come. In particular, I would like to thank those participants, who will present the papers and contribute to this discussion. And also my thanks to John Templeton Foundation, who accepted to fund our research project, and my research team, my dear colleagues and also graduate students, who composed this team. In my life, I can say that there are 4 phases in my intellectual biography. In the first phase, I was a positivist, because it was presented to me as science. And naively, I accepted, okay, this is science, and we like science. Science is good. So, and this is what science is. I accepted positivism, but then I became suspicious. And eventually, I became disillusioned. Oh, this is not science. This is an ideology. Then what's the alternative? Then I became an idealist. And I was happy that I found an alternative to materialist, positivist understanding of science. But eventually, I became very suspicious again about the idealism, and I became disillusioned by the idealism. Then I searched for an alternative within the Western philosophy and science, a critical phase in my life. But eventually, I was not satisfied with the critical approaches, right from the West. Then, with the help of Allah Ta'ala, I discovered this multiplex perspective from our tradition. Maratib al-wujud, maratib al-ulum, maratib al-usul, maratib al-ma'ani, maratib al-haqa'iq. And I said, wow, this is the alternative. And while discovering this, I came to appreciate the importance of our intellectual legacy, our tradition, big thinkers in our tradition. So I thought this is the source we should benefit from it. And this long intellectual journey, the painful, stressful journey eventually led me to what I call open science, based on this multiplex approach, which I consider as the foundation of open civilization. And I have been working on it, and graciously, some colleagues, senior colleagues and graduate students, they also joined, in this quest with me. And this circle is expanding. And we like to call ourselves Istanbul Circle, and it's growing and expanding, inshallah ta'ala. So this is one of the fruits of this journey, this intellectual journey, searching for an alternative to the hegemonic positivist, idealist perspectives in the world. And our ultimate vision, ultimate goal is to offer an alternative, to the existing hegemonic reductionist paradigms in the field of philosophy and social sciences. Once again, I welcome all of you, and thank you for being with us in this meeting in such a nice Saturday morning, in such a nice, beautiful environment, which is left to us by Kanun Sultan Süleyman and Mimar Sinan. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Professor Recep Şentürk. Now I would like to give the floor to our Professor Alev Erkilet, She's the Dean of School of Humanities and Social Sciences in Ibn Khaldun University. The stage is yours, please.
Thank you very much. I want to say welcome to all our guests. Today is really a very important day, and it was a big coincidence, Hocam. Monday was the first day of the Impress Congress, and we are one of the co-organizers of Impress Congress. The source is Malaysia. Here I tried to make a small conversation about what can we understand about Islamic sociology. I want to make a small contribution to our colleagues' studies about multiplex methodology. I'm trying to put forward how can we understand, how can we found, how can we contribute to the Islamic sociology discussions. As you know, it is a very important discussion from Ismail Raji Faruqi. He's one of my most important person in scientific circles, because he's martyred, as you know, and I really believe that he is martyred because of his studies related with Islamization of knowledge. So there I refer to some names and some subtopics. One is related with the assumptions of the Islamic sociology. Second is related with the concepts of the Islamic sociology. And the third one is the methodology of the Islamic sociology. And when we refer to the methodology, we are referring to this multiplex methodology, of course. But at the beginning, I want to emphasize the importance of the assumptions. Assumptions which we generally don't verify, don't try to verify, but put at the basis of all the philosophical and theoretical discussions we made in sociology or in other related disciplines. So according to Cevdet Said, we can try to understand Quran and Quranic verses from this perspective, because if there are lots of principles and verses and related principles through which we can understand the nature of nature, the nature of societies. So, mesela, he generally refers to Ra'd 11. It is a very classical surah, and says if you don't change yourself, or if you don't, mealen söylüyorum, if you don't change what is in your society, Allah will not change your condition. So Cevdet Said, in his book, The Laws of Individual and Social Change, it is a very, very classical book. He says that this Ra'd 11 must be the moving point for all social scientists if they want to understand the nature of social change. So, the assumptions are very important from my perspective. Second, concepts are very important because we cannot directly use the concepts of Western sociology. As I generally say, we need to make some kind of semantic intervention to the terms, or directly try to produce your own concepts. And that day I gave two examples. One, Ali Shariati's studies, and he's using the narratives of Cain and Abel in order to understand and explain social stratification in societies, our inequalities, exploitation. He is directly using Quranic narratives in order to understand today and our conditions. And I gave one more example, not from a social scientist, but from Said Nursi. He is using the term meşrutiyet meşrua. It is a very interesting terminology, because he is referring to meşrutiyet, but not the meşrutiyet as defined by the Western social conditions or Western political thought. He refers to a different participation model whose borderlines must be drawn by Islamic Sharia. It is very, and I am trying to use these kind of concepts when I'm talking about the political processes in Muslim societies and in other societies. So, and the third very important thing is the methodology. And I referred to you, Hocam, on Monday, the multiplex methodology on which Professor Recep Şentürk and his colleagues are working for years must be mentioned as the necessary methodology for the Islamic sociology or Islamic understanding of sociology, because we believe that the social reality is multi-layered. It is a multi-layered reality. So we have to try to understand and explain these layers. The material layer, the spiritual layer, and we need intuition, introspection, and at the same time observation, at the same time qualitative and quantitative methodologies in order to grasp the nature of this very complicated reality. So the third food of this discussion is methodology. And this methodology must be a multi-layered and multiplex methodology, because we don't see reality as only a materialistic thing. So I think it is enough. I am very sorry if I talked too much, but it's really, I am very enthusiastic about this topic. So inshallah, Hocam, thank you very much. I want to thank you for your contributions to this field. Inshallah, we will be trying to contribute to this field all together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Alif. This kind of discussions, even in the welcoming address, make the coming sessions more interesting and more excited to know and to hear more from you and from the other guests as well. Thank you very much again. And now I would like to give the floor to our president of Ibn Khaldun University, Professor Attila Arkan. The mic is yours.
Yes. Before to begin my speech, I noticed that there are many hot debates and critical issues which be discussed. I'm sure very fruitful. Dear distinguished speakers and scholars from all over the world, dear participants or valuable students, and all dignified audience who are watching this meeting live. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to our country and to this meeting. First of all, let me take this opportunity to give my greatest thanks to the team that organized such an important event and the academics who are coming from all over the world. Also, I special thanks to John Templeton Foundation. We appreciate the support they have provided for the research worldwide to explore the big questions that matters for the whole of humanity, and we are looking forward to this sort of collaboration with Templeton and other similar institutions. The rich accumulation of Islamic thought is based on its historical experience and interaction with geography. This is very much important. We live in these similar conditions, as far as I understand. These accumulations are important in solving the main major problems facing humanity today: equitable home, equitable income distribution, gaps, and problems, areas created by artificial intelligence-based production forms, increasing racism, anti-immigration, and creating a better and just world. The Islamic thought offers opportunities for new solutions, leveraging past experience, and offers a hybrid solutions. Our university focuses on social science. The social science produces information about the present, even though it is critical. The world is facing the rapid change, and new challenges have emerged. We observe that the paradigms and theories are changing accordingly. Many are in the search of new ways of thinking about the current issues. As an international university, we also want to take an important role in this process of trying to understand the change and preparing for the future projects. And as far as a leader of my university, it is the main task for us as academicians, as intellectuals, as scholars, to understand the change and to build up the new generation, the next generations and future. Of course, we need to predict the future. What will be happening in the future? What will we face in the future? This is important as far as to understand the history itself. We shouldn't omit this one. As I can see, academics in this event are from the field of sociology, psychology, economics, and political science, philosophy, and so on. At the same time, scholars of Islamic philosophy, even though very less, kalam, fiqh, and tasawwuf. As an intellectual who is interested in the question of classical and contemporary Islamic thought and philosophy of religion, I myself find the event and this kind of event very promising. The workshop is very much interested in the idea of how Islamic thought, which very, very rich, relates to the contemporary social science, and very happy that the project is highlighting the mutual relevance of these two traditions. By putting all these voices in a conversation, this event has the potential to generate some new useful interest and collaborations and lead to new opportunities, inshallah. Once again, I would like to express my sincere thanks to all the dedicated colleagues who have worked very hard. I wish the event a great success and all guests and participants a most rewarding and enjoyable times. Again, welcome. Ahlan wa sahlan. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Atilla Erkan, the president of Ibn Khaldun University. As I can check my the schedule, we are exactly on time. So even we are ahead 3 minutes. So we'll give like 15 minutes for those who are live. Exactly after 18 minutes, we will be again here with the first session that will be moderated by Dr. Human from Ibn Khaldun University and Khalil Center, talking about multiplex approaches to social reality and knowledge in comparative perspective. See you after 17 minutes. Sorry.